special good morning to each and every one that is here. We must announce in our presence the Regional Executive Officer, Mr. Ward. We have the Prime Minister Representative, Mr. Ward as well, double Ward. We have our Commander, Mr. Dion Moore, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Commander Region number 7. And now we have our Mayor, Mr. Anthony Murray, who is present here also today. We have the Deputy Chairperson, Mr. Marslow, who would have just arrived. We have Mr. Rahaman, who's no stranger to any one of us here today. He's the Chairman of the Station Management, and he's a young man that holds many caps. I also have Mr. Dubé with us this morning, who's always here with the police as well. I have Superintendent Ned, our crime officer. We have OC Traffic, Mr. Griffith, and all our inspectors and junior analysts. Welcome this morning.
Thank you, Superintendent Handy, in form of Deputy Commander and Chairperson for today's proceeding. Regional Executive Officer, Mr. Corey Ward, Mayor and Township of Bartica, Mr. Anthony Murray, Prime Ministerial Representative, again Mr. Ward, Vice Chairman, Mr. Alan Marslow, Chairman of the Bartica Station Management Committee, Mr. Mark Rahaman. We have Mr. Chatterpal from Council as well, and the Bartica Chamber of Commerce. Other invitees, Mr. Edward Prasad, Rural Sergeant, and our media personnel, officers, inspectors, other ranks. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Today we'll be launching our Christmas Policing Plan 2025 for Region number 7. The outline of my presentation will take the following format. Start with an introduction, followed by information, then I'll go to the intentions, our risk assessment, followed by our method of operations, our crime comparative figure. Then we look at our issues and concern, and then thereafter will be the strategies that we utilize, followed by social crime prevention strategies, and then we look at our traffic comparative figures. Also, we look at our patrol areas of special interest, our social activities. Then, of course, we have to look at our challenges. And then once you look at the challenges, then we'll go right into our successes. Then some holiday tips, and then I'll conclude. Police Region number 7 is responsible for the Cuyuni-Mazaruni region. The region is comprised of 2 subdivisions, Subdivision 1 and Subdivision 2. Subdivision 1, there are 6 police stations, and they are outposts and checkpoints. There are 3 outposts and 4 checkpoints. Subdivision 2 also has 6 police stations, and there are 2 checkpoints and 1 outpost. This is a demonstration of our bordering. To the north, we are bordered by the quarry. To the east, we are bordered at Monkey Jump. To the south, we are bordered at Kurbrang. And to the west, we are bordered at the Winamu River. Those of you who traverse the length and breadth of Guyana will know where all of these places are. And the vastness. Here you could see a graphical illustration of where the region exists on our national map. The color red depicts region number 7. Christmas policing commences on the 15th of November, and it goes all through to January 15, 2026. During the season, there is usually an increase of people moving by air, water, and land, conducting commercial, social, and cultural activities along with businesses. There will be an increase in shopping and visitors' arrival, which include overseas residents. Our intention: we intend to create a secure environment for businesses, shoppers, and visitors throughout the region. We will minimize criminal activity, traffic congestion, and accidents. We intend to increase traffic patrols and enforcement presence, and of course, our intention is to build the public trust and confidence in the police operations. In anything you do, there is always risk. There is a likelihood in the increase of criminal activities within, especially mining areas, given the fact that there is an increase in the price of gold over the entire current year and some parts of last year. And there is a likely increase because of the amount of people that will be moving around and increase in congestion. Our methods of operation: we recognize to achieve the objectives that we have, we will have the following measures in place. Increase in foot. Yes, you will see policemen and women walking around the streets, avenues, shopping areas on foot. Bicycle, yes, we will have them on bicycle as well. Motorcycle and four-wheel vehicle patrols in the shopping districts, around the banks that we have, post offices, the hotels, and other business areas. We will enhance collaboration between Regional 1, 2, 3, 8, and 10. Most of you are aware that we are bordered by those regions as well, and persons tend to get into the region from those regions. We will boost our river patrols at Isano, Kamara, in Bamadai, Karao, and Bartica. We will also conduct joint river patrols with members of the Guyana Defense Force at the Trimbang and with members of the Guyana Defense Force and officers of the Mazruni prison around the prison area as well. We will intensify immigration checks. We will implement our roving patrol in the mining areas to have almost a permanent presence within those areas where we recognize that crime has been committed. We will establish snap and deliberate roadblocks based on information that we gathered through intelligence. And of course, we'll increase daily searches of vessels, vehicles, and pedestrians who come within the area and try to traverse parts of the region. And of course, we will utilize intelligence and coordinate special operations. We will strengthen security and the management of all public events. We all know that during the festive season, everybody wants to go to a party, everyone wants to host a party, people want to socialize, so we will ensure that we manage these public events to maintain law and order. We will maintain collaborative effort in relationship with the business community and other agencies. We'll establish police booths at 3 locations: 5th Avenue and 5th Street, 5th Street and 2nd Avenue, and the junction. However, this is subject to change depending on what entails over a period. By implementing these measures, the region aims to create a safe and secure environment for all during the Christmas season, while also building trust and confidence in our policing efforts. I'll give you now an overview of our crime in Region 7. We have noticed for the years thus far, the highest amount of crime that we've had stands out as murder, followed by robbery, underarms, and then we had rape, and the lesser part, breaking and enter larceny. And of course, we've always had trafficking in narcotics. Here you will see the amount of serious crime that was occurred between the period January to the 14th of November. And here, if you look at, I think you must be able to see the last part of it. The comparative analysis should show that there's been a decrease in serious crime almost in every area. However, when we look at our serious crime overall, we're at a 32.1% decrease in serious crimes when compared to the year 2024. I think the ranks and the committee deserve a round of applause to show that firearm seized for the year 2025 when compared to 2024, we see that we seized 2 firearms less than last year, but the amount of person charged is 1 more than last year. The question is asked oftentimes, how can you charge more persons when you find less firearms? But possession can be multiple persons on the same firearm, so you have 6 persons being charged in this year against 5 last year. Or narcotic seizure. For cannabis, in the year 2024, we seized 46,523.1 grams, 17 persons were charged, and for this year thus far, we seized 24,688 grams, and the amount of persons charged, if you look at it, you see there's a significant increase in the amount of persons charged, which means that there are more cases that we got as against last year. Last year we might have found bulk narcotics on more than one occasions. For cocaine, we had 111 grams, 5 persons have been charged in 2024, and in 2025, there's been an increase with 1,339 grams, with 15 persons being charged. Here again, you can see more persons are being charged for cocaine. In terms of methamphetamine, we found 24 grams of methamphetamine. In the year 2024, 1 person was charged. For the year 2025, we found 133 grams of methamphetamine and 9 persons have been charged. Ecstasy for last year, nil. Ecstasy for this year, 3 grams of ecstasy was found and 2 persons have been charged. There are some hot spots. We had a few cases of rape that came out of 3 miles, and that gave us an indication that 3 miles is a place that we should look at and will be looking at in terms of the hotspot zone. Honeycomb back down, there are some domestic and disorderly crimes occurring there. Puruni, which is a breakthrough and a gateway to other communities and mining backgrounds, and of course Armo. We had a couple of serious crime occurring in Armo as well. So those are hot spots. And then once we recognize these crimes that are occurring, of course we have to implement strategies to mitigate these crimes from recurring and continue to occur. So we have our roving, riverine, and giant patrols. The increased presence of patrols have decreased crimes in affected areas. Several affected areas in the year 2024 are now safe in 2025. We conduct cordon and stop search, stop and search along with intelligence gathering. The coordination of these activities have led to the capture of numerous persons on arrest warrant, those who are wanted, and the recovery of stolen items as well. We also monitor and profile all persons who are suspicious characters, and especially prisoners recently released from prison. We monitor those persons upon their release, monitor the movements, monitor the things that they do, who they communicate with, and their actions thereafter, how they survive. And again, this operation led by ranks of the intelligence section has provided critical information in both the apprehension and prosecution of recidivists, persons who commit crimes multiple times, for committing offenses of previous nature, the discovery of new drug blocks, and persons connected with trafficking in persons. Having recognized all of this, we realize that we must have social crime prevention strategies in place. And against the backdrop, you can see policemen and women every day within the communities policemen and women in every communities conducting community outreaches. And then we have meetings at different levels. We engage youths in the communities, and only recently we had our stakeholders meeting where at a higher level we discussed strategies that can be implemented to reduce crime within our region and to build the youths so that they will not commit themselves when they will become adults. Also, we recognize that ranks on foot patrols, they are the ones in the committee. They get a first-hand information as to what the problems in those committee are. They will give us feedback, and then we will, in turn, address the issues in those committees aimed at preventing crimes from occurring. Our integration with members of the public daily, yes, this is something that we do almost every day in most of the committees, but we intend to stretch to all of the committees and not just some. And of course, we work along with our stakeholders. The component here will say, yes, we are working. We have the Regional Democratic Council, we have the Township, we have the Business Committee, our faith base as well. You've seen a decrease by 10%, having recorded 15 road accidents for 2024, as again 13 for the year 2025. Our issue with traffic mainly are motorcycles speeding along the roadways, intersection drivers fail to adhere to a sign. And against this, we recognize that there were accidents that are occurring at these intersections. 4th Avenue and 5th Street intersection, and then 6th Street between 4th and 2nd Avenue. For 4th Avenue and 5th Street intersection, when we recognize that accidents were occurring there frequently, we implement a measure in place that is working by putting stop signs at all 4 corners, which allow all drivers to stop, observe the traffic, and then proceed when it is safe for them to do so. That has minimized accidents from occurring in that particular intersection. Of course, for the Christmas season, there will be some areas that will be targeted to ensure the smooth flow of traffic, and they are shopping centers, again bank, because lots of persons go to the bank, they do not want to walk with cash in their hands, so they go as close as possible to the bank to have a safe spot to park and transact their businesses. So we have to be there to ensure that their chances of congestion is minimized. And then the market area, gas stations, and of course the waterfronts. We know how often people conduct business, especially on 4th Avenue, so we'll be monitoring the waterfronts. And then we have our border location at Itteringbank, and then the various airstrip, with the main one being the one at Bartica that has been extended. And then we have our backgrounds to deal with as well. Our deployment is not limited to, but you will see presence of policemen and women all through the day into the night. and it depends on the volume of persons that are conducting businesses or going about their business, that we will have a flexible arrangement in terms of how we deploy our ranks. So there's no hard and fast rule because you see it from 7 in the morning till 7 in the evening. That does not say that if the situation warrants for them to be beyond 7 in the evening, that they will not be there. We'll have an overlapping system, which means that the ranks that are there, when the ranks will go to relieve them, there's almost an hour. So you find within the peak periods, those that are there will support those that are coming on for extended period before which they come out. And then these are the locations that we're looking at around the township of Bartica. Forest Avenue, we all know everyone conduct business in Forest Avenue, the market, and then 2nd Avenue between 4th Street and 6th Street. That's the most busiest area. And then there are lots of persons who go at 7th Avenue Beach, and then in the evening they try to engage in some other activities around 3rd Avenue. And then we have the Bartica Stelling. There will be much more persons traversing in and out of Bartica, so it's a area of interest. And then we have the Vendors Arcade. These are the beats that we will be covering. And then we have, like I said before, foot bicycle, vehicle patrol along all these areas. And then immigration plays a very critical role in terms of the persons coming into our region and the places that they choose to go. So we'll have immigration checks at Bartica, Isano, and at Iterimam. This is something that has been going on for quite a while. Before time we just had at Bartica and Iterimam. We stretch it to Isano now, and pretty soon we'll stretch it to other locations such as Papi Show and other areas as well. There are some areas of special interest again. Some of them repeat themselves, but we will do our level best to ensure that all of the areas are covered with policemen and women aimed at preventing crime or traffic lawlessness or congestion. When it's all done, you will see us having some social activities. Our ranks will be having their appreciation breakfast. We will be distributing hampers to senior citizens, some of who are shut-in members and residents. Gifts to our children or youth groups that I think we already set to have a Christmas get together, slated for the 12th of December, and then our award ceremony and luncheon will be on the 16th of December as well. You cannot go through anything without challenge. Nothing runs smooth all the time. The region is vast and remote with difficult terrain that make patrolling and rapid response challenging. And of course, poor road networks and limited transportation options hinder law enforcement mobility. In all aspects, you'll always find resource constraints, human and otherwise. However, we are fortunate for this year to have an increase in our human resources and our vehicular resources. Illegal mining and informal economy. Because of the price of gold, several areas where mining are not going on, persons are trying to see how best they can breach the system and conduct mining without being noticed. even by GGMC personnel. Transnational crime. For this year, we find a few persons who are of Venezuelan and Brazilian origin committing crimes, and also some of them are victims of crimes for the years thus far. Also, those said persons were in possession of narcotics and firearms as well. Sometimes you do have limited capacity to monitor the entire stretch of our borders. This is something we intend to intensify as well. There are times when there are incidents of corruption with law enforcement and government agencies, which can undermine crime fighting efforts for varying reasons. Distrust between communities and police reduce cooperation and intelligence sharing. Hence, our reason to visit all of the communities conducting outreaches, so we can build the public trust and confidence so that information sharing would be of paramount importance. There are these communities that have some level of poverty, which are potential for those who are not working to commit crimes. We, the police, have been working with those communities, identifying those persons and see how best we can have them engage in several training, some of which we arrange with the Board of Industrial Training to ensure that they get training and they can be meaningfully applied. And then you have organized crime networks. There are several groups who often connect and see the best way they can either manipulate the system or work undetected in their criminal acts. Sometimes these groups are heavily armed. Sometimes they are difficult to dismantle without coordinated efforts. Having recognized those challenges, we realize that we need more resources and funding. The government of Guyana have been allocating more funding to the police force, which trickle down to the region to improve our policing infrastructure and the capabilities within the region. There are more officers who are better equipped with the vehicles and training. Almost everyone here went through some amount of training for the years thus far. Some went through training more than once for the current year. Then we have interagency collaboration. We foster collaboration between the Guyana Police Force, Guyana Defense Force, GGMC, and Customs, GRA, and so many other agencies. We established joint task force to tackle specific issues such as illegal mining and smuggling. Our border is long and difficult to navigate because of the terrain. Sometimes it's difficult. Yet still we strengthen our border security by having the joint services patrolling our borders. And of course, we deploy more personnel with technology to monitor borders and key entry points. and we collaborate with neighboring communities to address cross-border crimes. Many of you who travel would have realized that our community policing group plays a very important role in all of our communities wherever they are, in terms of, one, identifying problems, addressing situations, and provide security that are needed in those areas. In an effort to combat corruption, we implement anti-corruption measures within our law enforcement and government agencies. We focus on youth and community development. We recognize that once you focus on the youth and community development, and you invest in programs that provide education, skills, training, and implement opportunity for young people, then they will be better equipped to become meaningful members of society who can attribute to a collective good of increasing productivity. While we look at international support, we do seek technical and financial assistance from various organizations and partner countries to enhance crime fighting capabilities. By addressing these challenges and implementing targeted strategies, we can improve in crime prevention and policing in Region 7, creating a safer environment for residents and fostering sustainable development in the region. Like everything else, as long as you do all of what you say you're doing, you must have successes. Here are some crime prevention tips. Avoid carrying large amount of cash, pay purchases with a check, credit card, or debit card when possible. If you must use ATM, choose one that is located inside a mall or a well-lit location. Withdraw only the amount of cash you need. Even though you may be rushed and have many things on your mind, stay alert of your surroundings. Shop before dark if possible. Coordinate shopping trips with a friend or a family member. Never park in an unlit or area where it's not safe, no matter how convenient it is. And of course, avoid wearing expensive jewelry. Dress down so you will not become a person of interest. There you have it, the work of the police, what we do, what we achieve. And this slight video tell you all about the successes that we have gained in 2025 thus far. Thanks to the members of all the committees, our stakeholders, those who support us in so many ways, some of which we cannot speak about publicly. But your assistance, information sharing, has caused us to gain the much needed success to realize a 32% decrease in crime in Region 7. So I want to thank you, and just to let you know that immediately after we finish the presentation, we will push off the Christmas policing plan physically. So it's not just by presentation, but in actuality as well. And I want to thank all my officers, especially my deputy, my hard-working DDO and traffic, all the other inspectors, other ranks, and of course, you the members of the stakeholders committee. I want to thank all of you once again for your enormous support throughout 2025 and your continued support in the year 2026. May we all have a happy Christmas and a rewarding 2026. Thank you.